In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God, Amen. In a few minutes, we're going to meditate on the passage that has just been read to us, which is a parable. And as you may know, the parables are stories. Stories are very powerful in teaching as an educational tool. And Jesus was a great storyteller. He used that style of education and instruction many times. I think there is about 38 parables in the four Gospels. So this is one of them. And the story is a master who has a land, leased it to, and it's a vineyard, and he leased it to some of his servants or some men, and he expected them to work and give him from the fruits of the land, of the vineyard. And he sent his servants to ask them, where is the fruits? And they insulted and treated the servants or the messengers very badly, until he decided that he should send his son. And he sent his son. And he expected they should give him more respect and give him the fruits. But they did the complete opposite. They decided to kill him. Then he said, well, what should I do with these people? He said, everyone said, you should kick them out and take the vineyard from them. And that's exactly what happened. But what's the meaning? How do we interpret what is the lesson? What is the message? What is the instruction that Jesus wanted to give them by this story, the moral of the story? We can understand this parable on two levels. The first one, historically. This applies to whom? Historically. To the Jewish nation. I mean, this is what they have done. God sent them many prophets, and what they have done? They rejected the message of the prophets until he sent his son. And he knew what they're going to do to him. And he was killed, the Son of God. And they understood that. Clearly they understood that. And they understood that he is talking about them, and that's why they thought to kill him. Actually, to fulfill the parable, or what was said on the parable. But they didn't want, because the time wasn't the right time. They were chasing the right time to do that. So that's one level of interpretation. The other level, it's about us. Because we are given life. And we are entrusted to our life. Our life is entrusted to us. And we are going to be accountable before God. What did we do with our lives? And I think a key word in this parable, why, or it's a question, why did the men who were leasing the vineyard, they decided not to give the fruits to the master? Why did they decide to kill the son of the owner of the vineyard? What did they say? Because they said he is the heir, he is the one who will own the vineyard. So this is the heir. Come, let us kill him, that the inheritance may be ours. This is the problem. Ours. Me. Us. It's about me. If I think that my life is owned by me, then I'm going to be like those men. But I'm not. My life is not. I'm entrusted this life. And by the way, entrusted it not because God doesn't want me to own it. He wants me to own it, but the right way. The way He created me. the way He wants me to live. That's why He is the chief cornerstone, and this is that's His commentary at the end of the parable. He is the chief cornerstone. They rejected the chief cornerstone. That's why in St. Paul, the Ephesians, he said, "Now therefore you are no longer strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and members of the household of God." We are the members of the household of God, having been built on the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Jesus Christ Himself being the chief cornerstone. So we are built, our life is built on Him and should be aligned with His teachings, with His life, with how He created us. So I think we need to keep this message in our minds. Am I living my life for my own? Whom I am pleasing? I'm pleasing myself? I'm pleasing the people around me? That's a big pressure. No, the peer pressure. In many cases, we are under the peer pressure. Under the pressure of, I don't want to be different. If I abided to the commandments of God, I might seem different. And that's terrifying. I will look as if I'm not belonging to my surrounding, to my environment. And to please others, I follow. I abide to the peer pressure, not to the owner of the vineyard, the owner of my life. I think the question today is, whom am I pleasing? Am I pleasing myself? Am I pleasing others? Or am I pleasing God? Because I'm going to be accountable before Him. I'm not trying to terrify you. I'm not saying, don't think of this message that it's out of fear, I'm going to follow God. No. But it's out of love and about my identity. I'm called to be adopted. I'm called to be his child. And if I'm called to be His child, I need to be bearing fruits. This reminds me by a discussion I had very late yesterday with Abuna David. I was telling him, we did bad in the Mahragan. We didn't take prizes. I mean, the awards were, what happened? He said, I think because we didn't, we enforced them not to cheat this year. This is what he said. We enforced that they will not cheat this year. And that's why they did poor, which means they did better. I'm not sure, we are not sure that this is the explanation. Huh? But I was hit that we can be in the church and do the church stuff, and we can cheat. That's fine. Not the problem. I mean, that's normal. That's normal. I'm hit and struck by this mindset. How can we be Christians, come to church, attend the Mahragan, or the church Mahragan, and we can cheat? That's fine. That's the norm. How can we have this disparity, this difference between two lives? I think if we understand who we are, whom are we pleasing, I think if we understand that, I think we live the life the way we bear fruits. We are not living this life for our own or for pleasing others. It's only for God. We should bear fruit. We should bear fruit. And ask yourself, please, whom are you pleasing? And glory be to God forever.